Washington studio is Zhang, the chief Washington correspondent of Shanghai Wenwei Daily. I hope I did not butcher that name.
That's correct.
Let me begin with your reaction to what Carrie Lam had to say, basically opening the platform for dialogue. Who would that dialogue exactly be with, since there doesn't appear to be any leaders of this group or any organizers?
So I think you're exactly right, because I think this round of demonstrations exactly do not have very clear leadership, and those oppositions in the legislative do not have a very strong say over here. So different groups have different demands. So I think it's encouraging this Hong Kong leaders are now offering dialogues with the oppositions and protesters, but it will take time for the oppositions to figure out what kind of people will join the dialogue and what kind of demands will they put.
Speaking of demands, what are the demands of these protesters? They have evolved over time.
You're right.
Started out with getting rid of the fugitive bill, and Carrie Lam suspended it, but
That's
not
right.
for good.
That's
and
right.
They're not happy. Talk about some of these demands and whether there's any chance any of these demands will be addressed.
I think the major demands are 5, as you just mentioned. I think some of the demands can be agreed, in my personal opinion, like a withdrawal of this a little bit controversial extradition kind of law. But some others, I personally do not believe the central government or local government of Hong Kong will be able to agree, like to announce those kind of protesters who involved in violence to be innocent, because it's a law and order issue. If they involved in violence and even they are criminals, how can they be taken away any kind of criminal charges? But also for the oppositions, for the protesters, they keep changing their demands. Now they're talking about these 5 demands, but they may put out more demands. We don't know, but I think it is encouraging. They are now ready to talk, but it will take some time for them to.
These protests started out peacefully, then they turned extremely violent, turning into riots. Do you think these protesters basically shot themselves in the foot by resorting to violence?
You are very much correct. And people have already seen from different medias, some of the protesters are very violent. They
attacking journalists, attacking police officers.
That's very bad. But I think from last weekend, last Sunday, the newest protest has become a little bit more peaceful, which is encouraging. We hope this kind of tendency will continue, and these demonstrations will remain peaceful, and they will find a kind of win-win way to figure out.
All right, we'll leave it there. Zhang, thank you so much, sir, for being here.